Today's SnowMotion chairlift interview is with professional skier Wendy Fisher. Wendy, you were on the U.S. ski team and now you like the big mountain stuff. Why did you change?
It was just a natural fit. I think I grew up free skiing a lot in the West Coast, and that was kind of the foundation. Got into racing, had a great ski team career, went to the '92 Olympics. But when I left, I definitely was daydreaming about the days when I was younger, free skiing, and it was by accident. I mean, honestly, you know, when I got into it, there wasn't a career yet in free skiing. It was just kind of a small thing that was starting, and I was burnt out on racing, out of scholarship at a college, and I just gave it all up, and I just wanted to have fun one last winter. So I packed up my car and went traveling around, and one of my stops was Crested Butte, and they had their extreme skiing contest going on, and I got talked into doing it. Checked out the venue, never seen one before, but I heard Shane doing it, and I was really interested. So I did my first run where I was shown where all the girls went, and so that's where I went. And I watched all the other girls go down. They all looked great and beautiful. And then I'm standing at the finish line with Shane, and the boys started coming. And they started hitting all the gnarly rocks and high speeding into things, catching air, straight landing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a better skier than that guy. Can I do that, Shane? He's like, yes. So our next run, the girls went to their normal lines, and I went where the boys went, and people freaked out. It was, I guess, kind of a breath of fresh air in the, in the ski scene of where girls were skiing. And then I was done, and everybody came up to me, and it was just, I had not felt rewarded in my skiing in so long. I mean, it was hard.
I was like,
that was fun.
Wow.
And Shane convinced me to go promote myself. I'm like, well, I'm giving up skiing, but I'm gonna do the rest of the competition. So I went to Kirkwood and Squaw, won them, went up to Valdez, won it, then went to South America, won it, and next thing I know, I got picked up by sponsors again and fell in love with skiing, had a whole new crowd to hang out with, and yeah, it revived me for my skiing life.
Okay, the Shane she is talking about is Shane McConkey, and he's a hero. He is.
He transformed the sport
a
lot, and I think a lot of people owe him for how we ski today. And it's amazing.
And so the inspiration he gave you right
he
there,
did.
showing you the line. He was just a free spirit, wasn't he?
Yes. What I found and not that I didn't have this on the U.S. ski team, but girls tend to travel with girls and boys travel in their group. But in the free skiing world, we're all together. And the boys were so supportive of the girls. They really helped push us. They really encouraged us. And so it was really fun, family sport to be in, just not like personal family, but everyone kind of became your family.
I think about even when I trained on the pro circuit and we would train with the guys and you see them take that line, you take that line.
Yeah.
Right? Would you take a wider line? So they really just paved the way for us to even be better, and it sounds like that's what happened.
So I guess I would say I never gave up skiing like I thought I was going to do, and I'm just one of those people who I just travel the path of least resistance of what feels right, and that's what I did for my career. And then I got into after skiing with MSP for a really long time and doing Warren Miller and the contest, I decided it was time to have kids, and so I went off and I have a 7 and 9-year-old. And now that I am more based in Crested Butte, that's where I've been for almost 20 years, I figured I had to figure out a career there because I'm not going to be traveling as much. And so I'm their ski ambassador, and I do private lessons at Crested Butte. And it's awesome. So I got my own little gig over there, and my kids love it, and they're full into skiing. So now our kids are ski racing, and we're doing that whole thing now. And it's funny because parents come up to me like, what are we supposed to do? I'm like, I've never been on this side. I don't know. I was always the athlete. My parents took care of everything. So learning the ropes of, competitive kids.
It was so cute meeting your parents when we were in Aspen last weekend, and your parents said, we're still racer chasers, and it was so cute because they enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, I probably would not have motivated my son, who's now 9. Last year we took him to races, and it's like, wow, I need to get on board if my kids are going to get into this racing thing. And it was my parents who encouraged me. Like last year, I probably would have blown it off another year, but my parents were like, we're going to the races. We're going to go to every race. And I'm like, I better put my kid in some races. So yeah, my parents they were the awesome parents to get me involved in racing. And I loved it. I don't care how far my kids go, but I just thought I loved growing up this way. And
I think that look at that spirit you have to not feel so much pressure. You were with the ski team, and you felt like there was another path for you, and I like that. And that's probably going to be great for your kids because they won't feel pressure.
Right. I have to say, I feel like the ski world's confusing these days because when you grew up, we had freestyle and ski racing.
That's it.
That was it. Now kids are like, I want to do park, and I want to do ski cross, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And I'm like, well, you can do all that, but the foundation's racing. You know, I'm like, if you want to get into park, I don't care, go in the park. And I get my kids in the park. And if they want to do ski or cross, but the foundation is race as long as you can, have fun with it as long as you can. I'm not gonna.
Because that's why you could do those lines you did when you were at that first competition, because you knew how to.
Yeah, when I was a ski racer, you know, I did all the events. I knew about speed and I knew about tight turns. So I was a really well-rounded skier.
So Wendy, tell me about when you started doing the big mountain, how you learned to do it and be so good at it.
Well, it was a quick learning curve because I remember heli skiing my first time with Dean Cummings, and I got taken out by my slough. And I was just learning what slough was. I didn't really get it.
What's slough?
So slough is the snow when you're skiing powder, and when you watch movies, you see a little trickle start and then a little more, and turn after turn, it gains more and more snow. And then it's running down like a mini avalanche. And it's just like ball bearings. I mean, once it reaches you, it could just swipe your feet out from under you and take you over cliffs. And so I got taken out pretty harshly with one my first time, and Dean's like, you need to either ski slower or out ski it. And I'm like, out ski it. So that's where my downhill training came in.
That's why she's a big mountain skier. Out ski it.
Yeah.
Now that you have 2 children, are you skiing slower?
No. So Mike Douglas wanted to do Supermom with me because he's like, you haven't changed. You're still ripping. You're still going hard. I want to film you, and you're a mom. I'm like, all right. So that was his little challenge to me, like, let's get you back out there. The thing for me was just working through that fear, but I don't know. There was more pleasure in my head to try to accomplish this and know that I was living life to the fullest. And now I teach more, and I really love trying to get people to become better skiers. So when I do teach, I work with men and women, you know, about the fear factor and how to get through it. And you're gonna be safe, and I'm gonna not take you down anything beyond your level. We're gonna take baby steps to get you to move beyond your level and comfortable.
Okay, so are you working in a camp that people can go to?
No, I mostly just do privates in Crested Butte. They can reach out to me at fishski.com or call me and book with me in Crested Butte. But then I also go on trips. It's been fun, and it's great to pass the sport on. And now I run a foundation called the Crested Butte Snow Sports Foundation, and that's giving back to, I feel like I'm giving back to help kids get a part of the programs and raise money for them to be a skier or snowboarder or Nordic skier.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, let's go skiing with Wendy.